Dear students, welcome you all to class 11 chemistry chapter 1 basic concepts of chemistry part 6. In this part we will be understanding about normality. Normality is another term to express concentration of solution. To understand normality, we have to learn about the equivalence concept. Equivalence concept is similar to mole concept in the sense that both these concepts are used to analyze the chemical reaction. To understand equivalent concept, we will be learning three terms. That will be equivalent mass. It is denoted by capital E. Equivalent mass is many times also called equivalent weight. Both are the same terms. Next is equivalent. It is denoted by EQ. And the third term is gram equivalent. That is denoted by GM and EQ. Let us start with equivalent mass or equivalent weight. Equivalent mass in classical chemistry was defined as mass of a substance. Substance may be an element, a compound or an ion, which combines with or displaces either 1 gram of hydrogen or 8 grams of oxygen or 35.5 grams of chlorine in a chemical reaction. Let us understand with the help of an example. Suppose we are given a chemical reaction happening between zinc and sulfuric acid. First, we will write its balanced chemical equation. As per the chemical equation, zinc is being able to displace hydrogen from sulfuric acid. So we can calculate the equivalent mass of zinc. By mole concept, we can say 1 mole of zinc, coefficient of zinc is 1. 1 mole of zinc displaces 1 mole of hydrogen. I can say in other words, 1 mole of hydrogen is displaced by 1 mole of zinc. Converting moles into mass. We know the formula. Number of moles is equal to given mass upon molar mass. Therefore, mass will be equal to number of moles into molar mass. Molar mass of hydrogen is 2 grams per mole. Therefore, in place of 1 mole of hydrogen, I can write 2 grams of hydrogen. 2 grams of hydrogen is displaced by 65.38 grams of zinc. 65.38 gram per mole is the molar mass or atomic mass of zinc. By using unitary method, I can say 1 gram of hydrogen is displaced by 65.38 upon 2. That will be equal to 32.69 grams of zinc. Going by the definition of equivalent mass, 32.69 grams of zinc has been able to displace 1 gram of hydrogen in the given chemical reaction. Therefore, 32.69 grams is the equivalent mass of zinc. A mathematical expression has also been derived to calculate equivalent mass in case of atoms. So, equivalent mass is equal to atomic mass of the element. Here it is zinc. So, here we know this is the equivalent mass of zinc divided by the valency of zinc or any element. 2 is the valency of zinc. So, E is equal to atomic mass of an element upon valency of that element. Next, we will be learning about equivalent. Equivalent has definition similar to the equivalent weight. One equivalent is defined as, in case of equivalent mass, we have used the term mass here. We will replace this term by another term, that is amount. So one equivalent is amount of a given substance, that can be an element or a compound or an ion, which combines with or displaces 1 gram of hydrogen or 8 grams of oxygen or 35.5 grams of chlorine in a chemical reaction. Equivalent expressed in terms of grams is called gram equivalent. Equivalent expressed in grams is called gram equivalent. That is the third term of equivalence concept. Let us understand both these terms with an example. Let us take the reaction of formation of water. First, we will be writing a balanced chemical equation. As per the mole concept, 2 moles of hydrogen react with 1 mole of oxygen to form 2 moles of water. Let's convert moles into grams. 2 moles of hydrogen means 4 grams of hydrogen. 1 mole of oxygen means 32 grams of oxygen. And 2 moles of water means 36 grams of water. By using unitary method, we can find out how many grams of hydrogen will react with how many grams of oxygen to form how many grams of water. Or we can simply take the ratio of their masses, that is 4 gram ratio 32 grams ratio 36 grams. This is hydrogen, this is oxygen, this is water. And by simplifying this ratio, I will be getting 1 gram ratio 8 grams ratio 9 grams. I have divided all the terms by 4. That means 1 gram of hydrogen will react with or combine with 8 grams of oxygen to produce 9 grams of water. I can say 1 gram is the equivalent mass of hydrogen, 8 grams is the equivalent mass of oxygen, and 9 grams is the equivalent mass of water. Going by the definition of equivalent, 1 gram of hydrogen is combining with 8 grams of oxygen. Therefore, 1 gram of hydrogen is equal to 1 equivalent of hydrogen. If I am to express in gram equivalent, I can say or 1 gram equivalent of hydrogen. Similarly, 8 grams of oxygen is combining with 1 gram of hydrogen. Now 8 gram of oxygen is the amount of oxygen combining with hydrogen. I am stressing the word amount. Therefore, 8 grams of oxygen will also be equal to 1 equivalent or 1 gram equivalent. In case of water, 9 grams of water will be equal to 1 gram equivalent or 1 equivalent of water. Therefore, 1 equivalent can also be defined as equal to equivalent weight or mass of the given substance. Another definition of 1 gram equivalent of any substance will be equal to equivalent mass of that substance. Let us go back to the chemical reaction, that is the formation of water. Here we are saying 4 grams of hydrogen is reacting with 32 grams of oxygen to produce 36 grams of water. We can express this equation in gram equivalent also. 1 gram of hydrogen we know is equal to 1 gram equivalent of hydrogen. Therefore, 4 grams of hydrogen will be equal to 4 gram equivalents of hydrogen. Similarly, for oxygen, we know 8 grams of oxygen is equal to 1 gram equivalent. Therefore, how much? 32 grams of oxygen will be equal to 32 upon 8 is equal to 4 gram equivalent. In case of water, we have know 9 grams of water is equal to 1 gram equivalent. Therefore, we are given 36 grams of water will be equal to 36 upon 9 equal to 4 gram equivalents. It is clear that in the given chemical reaction, the number of gram equivalents of each entity are equal. Hydrogen also has 4 gram equivalent, oxygen also has 4 gram equivalents, and water formed is also having 4 gram equivalents. This is called the law of equivalence. It says that in a chemical reaction, each entity, whether it is a reactant or a product involved in the given chemical reaction, will have equal number of gram equivalents. Law of equivalence states gram equivalents of each reactant and gram equivalents of each product in a chemical reaction are always equal. General formula is x grams equivalent of reactant 1 will be equal to x gram equivalent of reactant 2 will be equal to x gram equivalent of product 1 will be further equal to x gram equivalent of product 2. To calculate gram equivalence, a formula has been derived using this unitary method. There is a formula for calculating number of gram equivalents of a substance involved in a reaction whose mass has been given. Let us look at oxygen here. Here we have calculated gram equivalents equal to 4. We were given a mass of 32 grams of oxygen. And here we have divided it by 8. What is it? 8 is the equivalent mass of oxygen. Therefore, gram equivalent of any substance is equal to given mass, that is the mass provided in the reaction of the substance, divided by the equivalent weight of that substance. This formula we will be using in numericals of novelty as well as for calculating gram equivalents. Let us revisit equivalent weight formula.
In classical chemistry, the equivalent mass of a substance or an element was calculated by the formula that was equal to atomic mass of the element upon valency of that element. As I have told you, the basic principle was that the equivalent mass is the mass of a substance or an element which is able to combine or displace 1 gram of hydrogen or 8 grams of oxygen or 35.5 grams of chlorine in a given chemical reaction. Later on, it was realized that chemical reactions are happening not only with oxygen, hydrogen and chlorine, but many other substances. Therefore, this formula of calculating equivalent mass was revised, and the new formula was E means equivalent mass of a substance is equal to molar mass of that substance upon equivalence factor. Let me first write it. It has started raining heavily outside, but let us continue with our studies. In later years, when it was realized that the chemical reactions are happening not only with oxygen, hydrogen and chlorine, the equivalent mass calculation formula was revised. And the revised formula was molar mass of a substance replaced atomic mass of an element, and valency of element was replaced by equivalence factor. Now equivalence factor had different values for different types of substances. If we considered an element whose equivalent mass was to be calculated in a given chemical reaction, then the formula continued was E is equal to atomic mass of an element upon valency of element. It means equivalence factor in case of an element involved in the reaction was equal to valency of the element. In case of the element, this general formula was replaced by the formula atomic mass of an element upon valency of element. Here equivalence factor was equal to valency of the element. For example, take the case of calcium. Calcium has an atomic mass of 40 grams. For calculating equivalent mass of calcium, we will be using the formula atomic mass of element upon valency of element. Here equivalence factor is what? Valency of the element. Valency of calcium is 2. So therefore equivalent mass will be equal to 40 grams upon 2, and that comes out to be 20 grams. Next we consider the case of acids. What is the value of equivalence factor in case the substance is an acid? If in a chemical reaction the substance of which we are to calculate equivalent mass is an acid, then the formula for calculation will be equal to molar mass of that acid upon equivalence factor. Here will be equal to basicity of acid. Now what is basicity? Basicity is the number of H positive ions released by a molecule of acid in an aqueous solution when it dissociates. For example, I take the case of sulfuric acid. If we dissolve sulfuric acid in water, the aqueous solution of acid will have ions in dissociated form, and that ions will be 2H positive plus SO4 2 negative. So here the number of H positive ions being produced by a molecule of sulfuric acid will be called the basicity of acid. So basicity of sulfuric acid will be equal to 2. And if we are to calculate the equivalent mass of the acid, then equivalent mass of sulfuric acid will be, molar mass of sulfuric acid is 98 grams, and it will be divided by equivalence factor, that is equal to its basicity, and that is further equal to 2. So the answer will be 49 grams. Next we take the case of a substance which is a base. Basicity of an acid is number of H positive ions released by a molecule of acid on dissociation in an aqueous solution. For calculating equivalent mass of a base, the formula will be molar mass of the base upon acidity of the given base. Now what is acidity of base? Acidity of base is the number of hydroxide ions, OH negative ions, released by a molecule of base on dissociation in an aqueous solution. For example, calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is a base. Its formula is CaOH ka whole twice, and it dissociates into calcium ions plus 2 hydroxide ions. For calculating equivalent mass of calcium hydroxide, formula will be molar mass upon acidity. Molar mass of calcium hydroxide is 74 gram per mole. Basicity of calcium hydroxide will be 2 because one molecule of calcium hydroxide releases 2 hydroxide ions in the aqueous solution. Dividing by 2, equivalent mass will be equal to 37 grams. Let us try a very interesting question on acidity and basicity. Question says, determine basicity of acids, phosphoric acid, phosphorus acid, hypophosphorus acid. Basicity we understand. Basicity of an acid is equal to the number of H positive ions released by the acid on dissociation in an aqueous solution. Here, going by the formula of all 3 acids, it seems that the basicity of each of the acids will be 3, but it is not the case. We have to see the structures of these acids. These are the structures of the acids. If you look at the phosphoric acid, what you see? It seems that it is not even an acid. It looks that when this acid will be dissolved in water, it will dissociate to form hydroxide ions, that is OH negative ions. But it is not the case. Actually, the bonds between P and O, here it is double bond, it will be definitely be strongest bond. Here this bond, P and O bond, this P and O bond, this P and O bond will be much stronger than bond between O and H, between this O and H and between this O and H. About bonds we will be studying in detail in later chapter. We can understand it like that bond is the force of attraction between 2 atoms. So force of attraction between O and H is the least in the phosphoric acid. Therefore, in aqueous solution, phosphoric acid will dissociate to produce H positive ions by breaking these bonds, and there will be 3 H positive ions produced by one molecule of phosphoric acid, and therefore its basicity will be equal to 3. In case of phosphorus acid, the structure is like that. Again, double bond is strongest bond, P and O bond is strong, P and O bond, that is also strong, then OH bond and OH bond. Now this bond, pH bond, now pH bond is also very strong compared to O and H. So this H will not get dissociated, and the dissociation will happen only here. That is, only 2 H positive ions will be produced by phosphorus acid in aqueous solution, and its basicity will be 2. In case of hypophosphorus acid, it is clear that PO, that is double bond, PO this bond, pH this bond, and this pH bond, they will be the strongest, and OH bond will be the weakest. Therefore, the H positive ion will be released by this bond in aqueous solution. Therefore, one H positive ion will be released and basicity will be equal to 1. Wow, what a question. So these acids will have basicity 3, 2 and 1. Next is equivalent mass of a compound. Compound may be ionic or covalent or made of radicals. About these we will be learning in later chapters. Here we will concentrate on calculating equivalent mass of an ionic compound. Ionic compound is a compound which is made of ions. Equivalent mass of ionic compound is equal to molar mass of compound upon number of charges on anion or cation present in the ionic compound. Therefore, equivalence factor in this case will be equal to number of charges. For example, sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate dissociates into Na positive plus HCO3 negative. To calculate equivalent mass of sodium hydrogen carbonate, I will be considering molar mass of NaHCO3, and that is equal to 84 grams per mole. And then I will be writing number of charges either on anion or cation. Here both anion and cation have equal number of charges. I have to take only either anion or cation. Suppose I take Na positive, then it will be, number of charges will be how many? 1, and therefore equivalent mass of NaHCO3 will be 84 grams. Next, equivalent mass of an ion. Equivalent mass of an ion will be equal to molar mass of ion upon number of electronic charges present on the ion. Now here equivalence factor is number of electronic charges. For example, aluminium 3 positive, Al3 positive. Its equivalent mass will be equal to 27 grams per mole, its molar mass, and it will be number of electronic charges 3, and therefore equivalent mass will be 9 grams. Let us take the case of equivalent mass of an oxidizing agent. About oxidizing agent and reducing agent, we will be studying in detail in later chapters. In short, oxidizing agent is a substance which receives electrons in a redox reaction. What is a redox reaction? Redox reaction is a reaction in which oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Similarly, reducing agent is a substance which releases electron in the redox reaction. Again, redox reaction is the reaction in which oxidation and reduction is happening simultaneously. Equivalent mass of an oxidizing agent is equal to molar mass of the oxidizing agent upon number of electrons transferred in the redox reaction. And equivalent mass of reducing agent will be equal to molar mass of reducing agent upon number of electrons transferred in the redox reaction. Let us understand with the help of an example. Question is, find equivalent mass of potassium permanganate which acts as an oxidizing agent in acidic medium. About the reaction between KMnO4 and acid we will be studying in detail in coming chapters. The basic equation is written as AmNO4 negative plus 4H positive, and 5 electrons are transferred in the reaction to produce manganese, that is Mn2 positive plus water. If we want to calculate the equivalent mass of KMnO4, we will be using the formula molar mass of oxidizing agent upon number of electrons transferred in the redox reaction. Clearly, as per the given equation, chemical equation, 5 electrons are getting transferred. So equivalent mass of KMnO4 will be 158 gram per mole is the molar mass of KMnO4, and number of electrons transferred are 5. Equivalent mass will come out to be 31.6 grams. So we have come across different values of equivalence factor for calculating equivalence mass of different type of substances. Let us summarize these different values of equivalence factor. This is the summary of different values of equivalence factor for different substances. For element it will be valency. For acid it will be its basicity. For base it will be its acidity. For ionic compound it will be equal to number of electronic charges either on anion or cation. For ion it will be number of electronic charges on ion. For oxidizing agent it will be number of electrons transferred in redox reaction, and for reducing agent it will be equal to number of electrons transferred in redox reaction. Let us now understand the difference between mole concept and equivalence concept. Both mole and equivalent concepts help in analyzing the chemical reactions. In mole concept, while determining the masses of the substances, involved in the chemical reaction, we must have to write the balanced chemical equation. For example, formation of water. We first have to write the balanced equation of hydrogen reacting with oxygen to produce water. From the coefficients of the balanced chemical equation, we find out number of moles, and then number of moles are converted into mass of the substance that are involved in the reaction, that is the masses of hydrogen and oxygen. In mole concept, to find masses of the substances involved in chemical reaction, we must have to write balanced chemical equation. For example, reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. We have to write the balanced chemical equation, and that is 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. Taking the coefficients of these chemical equation, we say 2 moles of hydrogen reacts with 1 mole of oxygen to produce 2 moles of water. Moles can be converted into mass, and therefore we can write 4 grams of hydrogen react with 32 grams of oxygen to produce 36 grams of water. In equivalence concept, this is not the thing. We need not write a balanced chemical equation. If we know hydrogen and oxygen are reacting to produce water, we can simply say 1 gram equivalent of hydrogen react with 1 gram equivalent of oxygen to produce 1 gram equivalent of water. In equivalent concept, there is no need to write a balanced chemical equation. If we know hydrogen and oxygen react with each other, we can simply say 1 gram equivalent of hydrogen will react with 1 gram equivalent of oxygen to produce 1 gram equivalent of water, taking into consideration law of equivalence. By using equivalent mass, we can find the masses of the substances involved in the reaction, and then we will be getting 1 gram of hydrogen will react with 8 grams of oxygen to produce 9 grams of water. If we compare this result with the result obtained from the mole concept, we take the ratio of the masses of the hydrogen, oxygen and water that we have calculated from mole concept, and then the result will come out to be the same. So 4 grams ratio 32 grams ratio 36 grams. Simplifying, we get 1 gram ratio 8 gram ratio 9 grams. The result was similar to the equivalent concept result. However, equivalent concept was discarded. The reason was many elements show different values of equivalent masses. Let us understand with an example. For example, cuprous oxide and cupric oxide. In cuprous oxide, valency of copper was 1. Therefore, equivalent mass of copper was found to be atomic mass upon valency, that is the formula, and atomic mass of copper is 63.5 grams. Equivalent mass comes out to be 63.5 grams. In case of cupric oxide, valency of copper was found to be 2. Therefore, equivalent mass comes out to be, dividing 63.5 grams by 2, we get 31.7 grams. Multiple values of equivalent masses of many elements created confusion in analysis of chemical reactions. Therefore, the equivalent concept was discarded. However, we still use equivalents. In diagnostic labs, the presence of sodium or potassium in our blood is calculated in milli-equivalents, and 1 milli-equivalent is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 equivalents. So, equivalent concept has still some use in our day-to-day life, that is in diagnostic reports. Now let us understand the relationship between a gram equivalent and a mole. The formula of calculating moles is N is equal to given mass of a given substance upon molar mass of that substance, that we know. Similarly, gram equivalent formula is given mass upon equivalent mass. From the formula of moles, we can find given mass will be equal to N into molar mass. N means number of moles. Putting given mass here in the formula of gram equivalent, formula of equivalent mass is molar mass upon equivalence factor. Putting value of E here, we will be getting, on solving, molar mass upon molar mass, they will get cancelled, and the answer will be number of gram equivalents equal to number of moles into equivalence factor. Next is normality. Normality is a term used to define concentration of a solution. Normality of a solution is defined as the number of gram equivalents of a solute present in 1 liter of solution. Mathematically, normality is equal to grams equivalent of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. N is the symbol of normality and it will be equal to gram equivalent upon volume of solution in liter. Let us try some numericals on normality. In normality questions, we will be using 3 formulas. First is normality gram equivalent upon volume, and the next formula is gram equivalent formula, and gram equivalent formula we know is equal to given mass upon equivalent mass. And equivalent mass formula of a substance is molar mass of the substance upon equivalence factor. These 3 formulas we will be using for solving the numericals. Besides this, we will also be calculating equivalence factor, which will differ from one question to other question depending on the substance which has been given in the numerical. Question is 4 grams of NaOH dissolved in 500 ml of solution. Find normality of solution. Let us first check what is given. We are given 4 grams of NaOH. We can take it as given mass of solute. We are given volume of solution, and volume of solution is 500 milliliter, and we will convert it into liters, and it will be 0.5 liters. Now let's check formula of normality. Normality formula is gram equivalent of solute upon volume. Volume is given 0.5 liters. We have to find gram equivalent of solute, that is NaOH. Gram equivalent formula we know is equal to given mass upon equivalent mass of NaOH. As per the question, given mass is given to us. So first we have to calculate equivalent mass. Now what is the formula of equivalent mass? Equivalent mass is equal to molar mass of the substance upon equivalence factor. Molar mass of NaOH is 40 grams per mole. We have to calculate equivalence factor. Equivalence factor here will be acidity of base, because NaOH is base, and when NaOH is dissolved in water in aqueous solution, NaOH dissociate into Na positive ion plus OH negative ion. Each molecule of NaOH in aqueous solution produces 1 hydroxide ion. Equivalence factor here is equal to acidity of base. Acidity of base is equal to the number of hydroxide ion produced by a molecule of the base in an aqueous solution. Therefore, the acidity of base here will be equal to 1, because 1 hydroxide ion is produced, and therefore equivalence factor will also be equal to 1. Therefore, E will be equal to 40 grams per mole upon 1. Equivalent mass comes out to be 40 grams. Putting equivalent mass in the formula to calculate gram equivalents. Gram equivalents will be equal to, so gram equivalents comes out to be 0.1. Now we can calculate the normality, because we know gram equivalents is 0.1 and we also know the volume, that is 0.5, and the answer will be 0.2. Next question. Question says find volume of 0.2 normality solution containing 2.5 milli equivalent of solute. We are given normality, we are given gram equivalents. Here it is in milli equivalents. We will convert first it into equivalents. Since 1 equivalent is equal to 1000 milli equivalent, therefore gram equivalents will be 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 gram equivalent. Let us check the formula of normality. Normality formula is gram equivalent of solute upon volume of solution in liters. Therefore volume will be equal to gram equivalent upon normality. Putting the values, we get 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 and divided by 0.2. On solving, answer will come out to be 0.0125 liters. Next. Question says find normality of 20 milliliter of sulfuric acid solution if density of solution is 1.18 grams per milliliter and mass percentage of sulfuric acid is 10%. A little tricky question. Let us start with what is given. We are given density of solution is 1.18 grams per milliliter. Now density formula we know, mass per unit volume. Mass of solution will be equal to 1.18 into volume. Volume of solution has been given, that is 20 milliliters. So mass of solution comes out to be 23.6 grams. We are also given mass percentage of sulfuric acid is 10%. It means that 100 grams of solution contains 10 grams of sulfuric acid and the mass of solution given to us is 23.6 grams. Therefore, by unitary method, we can calculate the amount of sulfuric acid present in the given solution. Mass percent 10% means 10 grams of sulfuric acid in 100 grams of solution. Taking into consideration unitary method, 100 grams of solution has 10 grams of sulfuric acid. Therefore, 23.6 grams of solution will have 2.36 grams of sulfuric acid. So, we have found out the given mass. Now, let's check the formula of normality. Normality formula is number of gram equivalents of solute upon volume of solution in liters. Further, gram equivalent formula is given mass upon equivalent mass. Equivalent mass is further equal to molar mass upon equivalence factor. Molar mass of sulfuric acid is 98 grams. Equivalence factor. Sulfuric acid on dissolving in water dissociates into hydrogen ions and sulfate ions and it produces 2 hydrogen ions. That means the basicity of sulfuric acid will be how much? 2. Therefore, equivalence factor will be equal to 2, that is the basicity of the acid. Equivalence factor is equal to basicity of acid and on dissociation sulfuric acid produces 2 hydrogen ions. Therefore, equivalence factor is 2 and therefore equivalent mass comes out to be 49 grams. Putting given mass and equivalent mass, we can calculate the gram equivalents. Calculating normality, 2.36 upon 49, that is gram equivalents. Volume was in milliliters, therefore I have converted into liters, 1 upon 1000, and by solving n comes out to be 48. Next is we will be deriving a formula for calculating the normality of the resulting solution after mixing the two solutions having different normalities. We are deriving normality of a solution found by combining solutions of different normalities. There are two solutions, 1 and 2, having normality N1, volume V1, normality N2 and volume V2. These solutions are mixed to form a third solution, that is the resulting solution having normality N and volume V. Normality formula we know, gram equivalents upon volume. Therefore, gram equivalents will be equal to normality into volume. Therefore, we can calculate gram equivalents of solution 1, that will be equal to N1V1. Similarly, for gram equivalents of solution 2 will be equal to N2V2 and for solution 3 they will be N into V. Now gram equivalents of third solution will be equal to the sum of the gram equivalents present in solution 1 and gram equivalents present in solution 2. Gram equivalents of solution 3 will be NV. For solution 1 it will be N1V1 going by this formula, and for solution 2 it will be N2V2. Therefore N will be N1V1 plus N2V2 upon V. Let us now understand the relation between molarity and normality. The formula of molarity, that is M is equal to number of moles of solute upon volume of solution in liters, and normality is number of gram equivalent of solute upon volume of the solution in liters. We have just derived the relation between gram equivalents and number of moles, and that was gram equivalent is equal to equivalence factor multiplied by number of moles. By using gram equivalent formula, normality formula becomes equivalence factor into number of moles upon volume of solution in liters. Now number of moles upon volume of solution in liters is molarity. So normality will be equal to equivalence factor into molarity. This is the relation between normality and molarity. Students, here we come to the end of class 11 chemistry chapter 1 basic concepts of chemistry. Keep working hard. I will be soon meeting you taking up the next chapter of class 11 chemistry. Thank you.